It's a traditional council. Company, no, traditional council. Okay, go ahead. So for those of you in English, this is the paramount chief here. All of us are sub-chiefs. He's the top chief, okay? And this is the Queen Mother, okay? Next. Africa, Ghana, and this is the traditional area. The yellow is the 2%, the orange is the 1%. So this is 3%. We have more land than I think any other traditional council in the country. Yes, is so. Uche Ghana ha, uche moko ha, kumu biasa. Bako ye forest reserve. No. Bako ye kumu ha, bako ye gobo so. Small jase. Uche mo ha, biasa. Next. So what we're doing is we want to make this whole area a museum complex. So somebody will come from outside, come from the US, come from Germany, come from London, and there are many things for them to do. Okay? And so where you Yama, you can say you Kumoha, Kumo mine. Obi fi baby ba, wo baby akodwa, wo met me akọ. Nti boy be ase, and the guy. So Masiba, what you are saying the guy. Yet museum or more tunnel shrine, now tunnel shrine. I know above no woman need your hope. I hear war body as a piano. And no now above no mobile or person. What you are saying, your chance is you are. From here, I will eat here. A honso that is that a horrible, you may have. Baby, who was this young? Or one I acquired this art museum. And you also you bet your delay and art. So sorry. So for in English, I'm telling everybody what we're doing here. Set of museums, Biography shrine. Up front here is another shrine. It's over there, close to where I'm sleeping right now. CTED gallery as a form. Almost a woman shared art. And because somebody woman he's in charge of the mausoleum, which is a very sacred place. And so we want to have a conversation with him, and maybe with Nana Becky, I'm sorry. Not Yashet said, if it's not true, we walk a new one. And so the Bebo will also be a part of it, and he's in charge of that, okay? For those of you in English, these are our chiefs, and we're with that. These are our chiefs, and every chief has a role to play, and his role is in charge of the Bemu, which is the mausoleum where the dead chiefs are buried, and it's inside the town itself, okay? Then we have the Kumu Palace itself. This is the main palace. We've already created a museum there. It's in existence. And then we have the Wadamasi Palace. We'll be going there later on today. There's a forest reserve. There's a forest reserve, Bonfu Creek. And very recently, Nana Chidom So this is the Nana Chidom Hine. Chidom means at the back. And so in the olden days, when the Ashanti War we were going to fight, there was always a chief in the back. So if somebody who is fighting gets scared and tries to run away, he will shoot them. Okay? And so that's what the chief of here is. He's always at the back. I am one of the chiefs, and I'm in his division. Okay? The Chidom division, Chidom among from Okamu. So these are the subgroup of people who are in the Chidom group. Okay? When the chief is going out, we are the rear guard exact. When the chief is going out even today on a ceremony, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 always in the back. The chief is in the front. Okay? And so this is how it was in the military when the Ashanti armies were fighting, and that's how it is today. Isn't that a beautiful part of our culture? Okay? So Nana Chidomhene is in charge of something called Nananko. Nananko is where the big chief of Kumu is buried. Tribokodia is a big forest. It's never been touched. Nananko. Burial place of Tribokodia. There's some dwarfs there. Special sculptures of stone. There's some bad days, is what they call it. Sacred days. If you go in the forest on those sacred days, be careful. You may disappear and never come back. So there are many things there. So that's Nananko. It's a very big forest. It's going to be a forest reserve. Okay, so I think you can just flip through some pictures quickly. Go back. So this is Nananom after a Kwesiger, after we pour libation. We all sit and talk together. So these are the chiefs. Okay? Next. This is the Kumu Palace Museum. Okay? Sikai Woho. And look at these beautiful gold objects on the swords. Okay? So we have that in Kumu. Artifacts, the things people wore when they were going to battle. Next. This is the museum. Screens where we showcase everything. Now this is the Biography Museum. We'll be going there later. This is the Biography artifacts, museum. This is now Bodriasi. This is the Bodriasi Museum. Okay, very old palace, and this is the shrine, the Tano shrine. Okay, aerial view of Bodriasi, a very deprived community. We hope through tourism to bring it up and bring development there. Inside the Bodriasi. Outside, this is all the renovation work we did. These are skulls of elephants. Yes? The juju, it's worn by the traditional priest. So go back. So this is now a UNESCO heritage site. It has been. And so again, Nana Becky is, this is her work, this is her work. Okay? For the architects, great door, very good construction. It's lasted 150 years, no cement, no steel, but it's still standing there. So our forefathers were very smart, okay? You guys should learn about that, all right? All of this is Bodriasi. So now this is our research center here, where we are right now. Okay? Where you are? Okay, what's this here? And here, Dino, architect for someone who see. This is the balcony upstairs where some of you had breakfast. This is this room here. Ricky, I see you from a previous meeting. And some of our professors from KUST, go back. Next one.
You're good.
Is this one, sir? Is this one? Okay.
Yeah, this one.
There you go.
No, but this one.
No?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it, right? Some of you guys actually?
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, so this is downstairs art exhibition for the secondary school students, okay? And to where your art are, secondary school for Wamaya drawing, idea share work, and then what's that? Is the art on sale? Where is the TK?
Yes.
Yes, they're on sale. So if anybody wants to buy some art, talk to him. All the proceeds will go to scholarship for students. So all of this is bringing out your heart. We're building for architect will see a downway. Eti ɛdan a ɛte sɛ na yɛsi wɔ bɔde ase yɛnya nwe ɛnkyɛ biara bi a bronya bi a ɛna obi bi ana yɛbɛsi biribi te sɛ sei ɛwɔ bɔde no ase ɛno de yɛyɛ nwi sɛ mo nya mbɔkɔ hɔ brobi sɛ ɛnkyɛ koraa yɛyɛ nwi eti builders no and yɛsi sɛ Oboni bi ba ha se a na so pɛ sɛ ohu museum a na sɛ pɛ sɛ ɔkɔ toilet na minisa sɛ wɔ sɛ nya bi ma na mbɔ bi afi no hɔ a ba ha se a pɛ sɛ ɔsiesie no hɔ kakra yɛhia bi ɛno nso yɛsi so yɛtumi akɔbɔ audience na ne ho ato okay I think that's it bɛmo wobɛkyerɛ yɛ wɔwɔ sɛ yɛnyɛ wɔ hɔ you might be able to say, what's the design? So, I actually, I came for the whole year. But it means to say, you might say, you want to catch it. We are front feet inside. Set truffle in it. All right. I think that's it. So in English, we're always looking for funding. Anybody who has money, please bring it in. Today, we're going to be talking, having collaborations with KNUST. I'm sure there's some grants we can write together. Becky will help us with United Nations. Ricky knows everything. His head is like an encyclopedia. So he has been helping us. And we, of course, have a wonderful guest here who's about to speak right after me, who's one of somebody I admire so much, but I won't say anything yet about him. And that's it, right? Yes. Okay. So I thank you all. May God be present. And some of you can
I said, if I said, someone said, my presentation. Thank you, Prof. A wonderful presentation. Yeah, so, like, also speak with us. So I will call on Professor Henry Brew Atul Lakis to also speak with us.
Some years ago, Professor Nyakon approached me, and at that time I was so busy at KNUST, even though I had retired. But occasionally, some of the vice chancellors would assign me to probe into issues governing the teaching of us at KNUST. Frankly speaking, I never dreamt that the envisaged museum is so wide and so big that many times did I not come over to work. This time, I said to myself, under no circumstances will I miss this. I will just have to go and witness myself. And I came, and I'm so impressed that from henceforth, I think I'll be behind you so long as I am here in Kumasi. I remember an exhibition that I held in London somewhere in the mid 1984. And in that exhibition, a lady, very nice lady, Londoner, approached me because in the work that I exhibited, half of them were horsemen. Formerly, in northern Ghana, when I was growing up in the 50s, there were a lot of horses. And I was casting my mind back when I saw them and painting them as I imagined them to be. And this lady approached nicely to ask me, do Africans sit on horses? And I was so shocked that I only had to tell her to go and visit the Ghana, the British Museum. And she argued very strongly over that. Till 2-3 days later, she had taken all the time and all the trouble to go through the archives of the British Museum. And she came back to apologize that she's so amazed that, in her opinion, West Africans have even been riding more horses than the cowboys in the Western world. This is an example of how ignorant people are and how important museums are for the development of the African continent. Those of us who have stayed outside, when you meet an Italian, you will mention Leonardo da Vinci. When you met a Dutchman, you will mention Vermeer or Rembrandt. But when you come here as a teacher at Achimota School many years ago, the workmen sweeping at the then Department of Art were sweeping and using a board to take the rubbish out. When I turned my eyes, I saw that behind it seems like a painting. And when I requested to look at the board, whatever board was using to collect the rubbish, it was Kofi Antoba, one of the most revered Ghanaian artists ever that we have. And it shows how we do not seem to regard things that we have done in the past as very vital to our development. In many ways, a museum always assumed that it will be about 25 kilometers from Kumasi to here. And the driver kept on driving. So I asked him, what is the mileage between Kumasi and Kumawu? And then he stated something. So I asked myself, if 400 years ago, our ancestors are debating on whether the capital of Ashanti should be in Kumasi or Kumawu, how long did it take them to traverse that whole expanse of land? All these things will be made available in a museum for us ignorant people to understand our own history and to understand our own culture. It is on that score that I have accepted to follow my brother, Professor Nyapon, for all these laudable ideas that he has. I managed to have a rough outline of some lectures I used to give, and I'll quickly go through them. I don't think we will have time to be very particular. But a museum will traverse all these points that I have stated. The brief historical background as Africans that we have, that a lot of them, I remember at Achimota, I knew more of British history than Gold Coast history. It wasn't my fault. Till later, after many, many years, I had to traverse and go back to learn about my own history. And in this, those who are interested, as time goes on, there will be a small pamphlet that you could view. And I think the one who is organizing this can rotate the visuals, if it's possible, for him to, for us to have a rough idea how Africans have done in the past. This drawing, this painting here is prehistoric, meaning that about 20, and if you saw the person there, is a black person. Next, this is Nok, and it's also prehistoric. We are talking here of images thousands of years ago. And look at the precision of this thing. And this image is the road between Cape Coast and Kumasi. My own grandmother used to traverse from Cape Coast to Kumasi, and according to her, it took her more than 2 weeks in a group to be carrying cotton dresses and so on. This is an Ashanti ambassador to Ashanti ambassador to the Dutch governor of Elmina Castle. And we have the records there. Behind him, you will see a man in suit. Obviously, he could be a fancy man. And all these images. Then the person who, this is the image that the lady went to the Ghana Museum. Yes, this is what the lady saw. And this was 19th century in Cameroon. So in a nutshell, I will keep my lecture short, because if you give me time, I will go on and on and on. All my attempt is to give you an idea that some of us will be. I think I will go. Inti, we are fancying so, but the home popcorn, we are fancying, and I was a fancy. What I tell me that English number 10, Muchum Marco, Munce Shantum, fancy number 2 Maka. My mother, my kind there, as you go over the museum, or Yada, no one here, Papa. We send there, or Yansna, we choose them, or ya, Bofman, or ya, and so you go go near Shamana, and then I'm the one task. It's a museum man who will be at the new one. Before we are so other day, while they did my Bofman or respected. The Asanka Kabuani, time of Bosran. Ubuwe museum ni ye ma the main yama for details na makani ya jama madasi.
Thank you. That's very great. DAB, Unity, Mr. Ricky, Omega, we are at this point to listen to Mr. Ricky, Omega.
Already, introducing one is Ricky. I'm Ricky. The artist, the sign point, one school. Let me speak English.
Yeah, translate.
I have a science background. I was aspiring to study engineering, and because I lived in a society which really regards artists, so everybody wanted the son to become a doctor, an engineer, or a lawyer. So I was following suit, and I was exceptionally good in the sciences, especially students. And I remember my art teachers used to tell me, as earlier as when I was in country, Ricky, you could be greater with the arts that the science you could say you followed. But then I didn't hear anybody testing me, my science. Art seems to always be to me, I didn't struggle during art platform. I was always the best. Colleagues came around me. But then with the sciences, even though I was very good, I had to really struggle to be the best of the best. So, and because the society didn't really regard art, I thought of traveling to the States, to be able to combine the art with the science. Because I read about some scientists who were extracurricular ability. And most of my friends, had talents in athletics, so they will apply for it. And Illinois Institute of Technology in Chicago went exhibiting my artworks. And this art dealer in Chicago came across the works, and wanted to photocopy all the documents and things to the school. And he wrote to me that he wanted to do business with me to profit in African American artworks. And he presented my artworks from the school, in an art competition, and I placed third in the art competition. That got him more excited. So he didn't know how he could convince me to abandon the sciences, because I'd written what I wanted to study science. And he didn't know how he could convince me. So he had to jump on board a plane to travel all the way to my house in Biography. He hadn't been to Africa before. And so he came with photocopies of all the documents I sent to the engineering school. And he told me that he didn't know how he could convince me through writing. So they come and he had shipped about 3 suitcases of art and he came with about 3 more suitcases. So I had everything from a pallet cap, an easel, everything, the whole full. I told him, I've never studied art, and he said, I don't need to study art. He actually wanted me to go teach in a private art school in Chicago. So I told him I didn't study art. He said I shouldn't, or any other subject, but to encourage the kids to follow that line. We all couldn't be doctors, we all couldn't be somewhere else. My life was
briefly, 1 minute.
My brothers spoke of us, but we are almost most of St. John's, they give us most schools, science students, more science. One of the young who artists, if you have a doctor, engineer, lawyer, accountant, it's supposed to also, first, be a doctor. Later on, the person can be an engineer, materials scientist. Application for engineering school, I love drawing and craft. I had an application. The school was Chicago, open Illinois, was display my artwork. At dealer. Also, he applied to school. To my place, also very pleased. It's the only how our convention the winter engineering and more compare act. It's all full play of Africa. Okay, for sure, the photocopies of documents about that for schooling. Okay, winter more compare act. Before open our art materials, in cases, open source in the so we look at also when you get up to already we had in the middle of that, a very long story. In the portrait, that's
that is very thoughtful I would say you need grace and time better to Dr. Edwin Ojawa and also on Sakitwe but pray for him.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'm speaking without my name as well. Thank my senior colleagues, Professor Delaki, and who have supported us over the period. We are the health of affairs now in University. We are very difficult to be in their feet, in their shoes. We're trying our best to appreciate what Professor Nyako is doing here. Museums, arts, and culture had much attention in this country. So we are grateful that you are doing this together with the International Council. And we are happy to hear once again enjoying this conversation. Whilst more countries are talking about STEAM and the arts helping development, we are still looking at STEM. This aspect of yours is very loud and we commend you for what you're doing. Here at university, we're trying to teach all these histories and trying to link our students with the global art world so that they are in tune with the conversation that are going on. So our students are trained in all these fields with all these histories. Not only African history, but the global art history. And introduce them also to the art market and so on. So now we have students who are in all parts of the world who have formed small collectives, working in groups. As I explained today, there's an exhibition going open Gallery 1987 in Kempinski Hotel by one of our students. Others are going on all over the space. And I'm happy about the students' work we have seen at the gallery. And I think that they should be encouraged. Our students now have links, and I like to add to what Ricky said that art also takes, and we should encourage our students to pursue that path as well. On Monday, we will be ready to have one philanthropist, investor, art collector, Nicholas Pepe from USA with us on Monday afternoon, and he came to our studios, went to around, he was so impressed. So there's a lot of talent that can be nurtured in this country.
Alright, so let's say, also, another subject is art. Yeah, or say, in a religion, a massacre, a Jennifer, if I'm put to a paragraph on the tree. David, Nana Rebecca Tando, say, a member say, Edith was one of them. So we are now to listen to Nana Rebecca Tando.
Good afternoon, everybody. Nana, if you are doing my heritage market, dressing, Pabua, be a heritage. The thing I must stand into a year for 4 years because of you one, I can't tell the trend. So, we were paying you everything. But since 2004, not many heritage specialists for UNESCO, Sub-Sahara. Not many in charge of all the women questions we are waiting at Premier. Now, heritage, and you might be, for example, when you look at them, because what you are saying, a camp in 2004 will take you over. When I'm very restoration over what you are saying, we can do it from Wellington. It's in home Kakra. So now, after you have come that Kakra, then I'm saying, Conphobia, you might have to meet. Amsterdam is one of you now a book. Now, yeah, 10 Asante traditional buildings. Problem I want to say, maybe by now a common, I say, Asante Frank as I say, and I come for now Christian Somno. I will boom come up by since you said no, you will cry. If you don't come on, I'm not dining in I. First year, I can't chrono Adakodachi. German before their man. It's with the back by office. Now, with the back on subways. Property. Everyone betray me. Say, I'm waiting for never. Now, me in charge of Benin. It's the Benin for the Taki say, oh, we say something, we say. Omuba return to the year of return, almost high back to Benin for West. And now, New York Mayor, the current New York Mayor, almost 2 Obama New Year, and was the Prince of Africa, or Ghana and the West. A tea, a community, or didn't friend on the nothing way to say to I'm saying to him. One ago, we did back. So, I don't say them, on can't say, or something more, on can't see, or pay baby, or no rabbit slow, and your money beating. Oh, what it is, if that way, or this, oh, not the list bedroom. Now they're good things for now keep trying. So, we are not doing it. So, if people who shrine here now, who is crazy here, and how will still be that baby here? Oh, yeah, Nana Prof Canadian. A nice place to work. It's in an among a too much example. Who will still be, and now said, a bodomatic. Oh, Janice anymore. Oh, and you say, that only not to take a thing. Where's the come? So, always in the name of God, oh, it is Mama Day or will you still be at now with their macro from their account? Yes, they are 2 years. Maybe the boys. Mr. Jack will be and saying, I was happy that sending a grow. It's more meaning for heritage, they are great here. Since they are seeing now, heritage is a long time like this. A face to this, a bit of what is mixed for a commission. But you money be green, a woman. A woman are vexing Pana or by whom dressed in new here. You are doing heritage now. So, Mama,
Oh, before Mr. Mason, I'm going to opportunity about I say it do Nana Chibomini, so say, and also over my Nano Santiago.
Greetings from Burma, South Korea, and my mother, and I said, one person, in fact, Nanako dates back at 1660 to 1701 when Ashanto fought Danger. It was the place where Burma at first was buried after he sacrificed himself for the victory of Ashanti. And his son, Nana Adofo Achinkura, whose I occupy today, carried his father from Feyase to Nanako to perform the necessary rituals to bury him. After the burial service, he guided the grave for 90 good days. And as he promised his father that he will continue mystics and also things for the future to see. And I will use this opportunity to seek for funds to develop that area for the future generation to see. So on this note, I'd like to end here, and future interactions with me, my doors are open. Thank you very much. Oh, Nana Mudi said, "Oh, we need to be a second." That one to work with the Dicani. A brother, a Santa Man, they said they just not the Japanese see a per year. And the brother or say to go Dicani before a baby. One day, a damn bar of Vanachi, I can't go so better as Santa Man for the Japanese. It is our bread. Not in the answer we yet did. Conformity, I can't or say to say, obey here on my head. Not serving, but the number for the idea of Santa Mine. In Jebasa, I am for no years. Now, my papa, where I can work with your deacon, my papa, on what didn't work for you. In the corner, yes, a share so on Tutu, a primum in Chafon, now said, one good nothing, dear Abba. It's your body to and the father of the acid and the banana. The BC, the Mr. Bill, that also for 90 days, and I'm supposed to put my General sanity. Yes, sir. Today you are moving from which number, or why, yes, and find your way. Now that jump on my phone should have a great and near my own. We said, Pepper Patina make us up. Or can you the prayer? I want to go. Already great. It may go on by that, a bear at Papa, if you are singing with a woman must.
Sadly, your team are no secretary, no messages of where young for a day. Honorable a day in the we now have in our midst the Honorable District Chief Executive Secretary in our midst. I welcome. And so, all too soon, we've brought to an end the session of today's program lineup that we have here. And we have a bus ready to take us all to Boardmaster for us to continue. We are going to Boardmaster Hills Palace and to visit the museum there. Thank you all for being patient for us to finish with the first part of the program. Thank you very much. Nana Sabri, Senior Shen, Baby, bus over in a that's the one. My butcher. I'm showing here. I said, Nanano, the everyday kind. Nanano. So, that yes, I have to ask a professional. You go to a nice way.